Rodney Scott is a senior at Spain Park High School. He's your typical young man, plays football, loves tennis shoes, and has big dreams for his life. But at just 17 years old, Rodney has already overcome more than most people do in their lifetime.
So when I was 14, I was living in the house with my nana, my older sister, and my two younger cousins. At the time, we were going through a lot, but just the love and everything that we had kept us going. But my sister, she ended up getting pregnant, and it was just hard on everybody. And she would kind of take out her anger on us, especially me. And so it got to a point where she was not only like calling me out my name, but also like hitting me and stuff like that, and just being really toxic. And I wasn't able to be where I needed to be to do school. So my guardians now, Mr. Jacob and Ms. Lindsay, they heard about that through the church, through my nana, and they decided that, well, we should give him a chance, and they saw something in me, so they decided to adopt me.
And give him a chance they did. Just a few years older than Rodney, Jacob and Lindsay Catlett, just in their 20s, opened their home to a 14-year-old young man.
We had gotten to know Rodney and his siblings and cousins and his grandmother through church and just loved their family. And when we became more aware of kind of some of the hard stuff going on and how that was making it hard for Rodney to be the best version of himself and who we knew God was calling him to be and the plan that God had for him, I think that was when Jacob and I really just felt it pressed on our hearts that we had stability at that time that Rodney could benefit from, and he's got an amazing family, and I truly believe that it takes a village to raise a kid, and that God brought us into Rodney's village at a time when he needed maybe a little bit more stability or structure and the opportunities that Spain Park could offer that he wasn't getting in the school where he was.
And in August of 2018, Rodney's school, friends, and home life all changed. And like most people, especially someone 14, it was hard not to wonder why all of this was happening to him.
Sometimes I would sit through church and like ponder or like think about a lot as far as if God loves me, then why would he put me through some of the stuff I went through in my life? And then someone older than me told me, Rodney, you go through the stuff that you go through because God is using you to tell your story, to let other people know who's going through the same thing, that they're not alone. So I take that personal, and I love any chance I get sharing all the stuff that I went through.
Rodney would tell you his faith has guided him and the Catletts through the whole process. And like any teenager and their parents, they have all been reminded to love, accept, and grow together.
At first, it was a little like shaky, or it was like I was scared because I just felt like, man, I need to be this person, like this amazing person for them. But just as our like bond grew, I like realized that they loved me from the start. So I didn't need to become this person, this like special person I thought they would love me as. So
it was really a boost in faith for me and frankly for Rodney. Like, how is somebody who's 11 or 12 years older than me going to be able to help me at all in my life, but especially in such a way that he's a part of our home and a part of our family.
It doesn't take long for someone who meets Rodney to see his potential in life and his passion to inspire others.
Coaches are supposed to inspire, and sometimes you get those kids that inspire you every day. And when he first moved in here, just to see where he's came, what he's been through, his story, it's inspiration to me to see a young man that's had some adversity in his life, which is what we preach all the time as football coaches, to overcome that. And he's just a joy to be around every day as a vibrant personality, and he's an inspiration to me and our football team.
Rodney is fun-loving and so genuine and just one of the most compassionate kids that I have ever met. I feel like when he first walks into a room, if it's with other students or family, or he teaches a class of fourth graders at church on Sunday mornings, any room he walks into, he immediately just starts looking around to see who in that room needs a smile or maybe having a bad day. And that's just, he's very aware of those around him and how they're feeling and what they need.
The awareness to help others started for Rodney when one teacher saw something in him. And now he wants to make sure he dedicates his life to helping others believe in themselves.
In the 9th grade, I had a teacher named Ms. Miles, and I talked about how teachers would usually give up on me at my old school, but she was the only teacher who I felt like, even in my family, I felt like she cared about me more than some of my family members did, and she would never let me give up. And she brought that on me by putting my favorite subject on me, which is English, and she would always be the only teacher I felt as who really cared about me. So she had an impact on me that I want to have on other kids. Like, I want to make sure that other kids know that if they don't have anyone else, they can come to me.
Throughout life, we all face challenges, and some may be harder than others. But when that moment comes for me, I think I will take this piece of advice from Rodney to heart, and I hope you do the same.
God has you in that position for a reason, and I would tell them that He's using this to make you the person you're going to be in the future. Because once you hold like a testimony or hold something like that, it only gives you determination, and it gives you the hope that you know that your situation can always be worse than that.
Donnette, Logan, High School Sports Weekly.